let's do this again. So I'm just going to really essentially continue off for where I left off with, but this is going to be the video that I published, so it doesn't need to have all the content, of course, you know. So nice one. Hi friends, thanks for joining me. We're going to take a look at Ethereum Classic here. Is this coin in line for a nice boost to its price with Ethereum 2.0 coming out and a lot of that attention moving away from mining on that network over perhaps towards Ethereum Classic? Could that see the prices go as high as $10 or $15, even 100% or even 300% rise in price? Is this possible for us, or are we looking down towards death and decay? We're going to start off here looking at the Ethereum Classic chart with a look at the 4-hour time frame, and we can see that there is this movement towards the downside. While it isn't 100% the same as what we're seeing on the other charts, it has got a sort of rhyme to it. While we can look over towards, for instance, Ethereum, the daddy coin here on the 4-hour chart, and see, where is it the daddy? Ethereum Classic would probably be the daddy between the two, right? But anyway, if we look over here towards this one, we can see that there's this potential for a descending triangle, for instance, or a head and shoulders, or an Adam and Eve with a clear neckline, etc., etc. Whereas over there on the Ethereum Classic chart, we're seeing a little bit more of a mixed picture, but we have got some clear areas to define if we move beyond and below. Right now, where we are at $5.80 is a key area for us. But if we want to look in terms of, you know, potential stop zones and whatever else, you could be looking down towards that 565 area. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. But if you were looking for that boost and blast off towards the top side and thinking about it potentially coming in at around about where we see any of the current prices, so say you got in around about there and you're looking to manage your risk with this area in mind in terms of movements down there stopping you out, you've got a really good risk to reward opportunity to come in here and actually not even put in a higher high in terms of what would be visible on a daily time frame, but simply just come in and you know, cash out anywhere in terms of 25% movements towards the top side at this point on the way, looking up at $7.50. Now, if we want to extend this out and say, could this positive journey then even continue on the way, what would we need to see happen? And first off, before we move away from this chart at all, I want to draw all eyes and attention towards this ADX in here, with the potential for it to cross while we also have the DMI indicator, while we have the ADX up above that 25 period threshold, showing us that there is that strength of trend if we got a rapid cross here to see things quickly and rapidly devolve, which of course is that other side to the fortune cookie that we were crumbling at the start of this episode when we talked about the potential for it to go towards the downside. So what does that actually entail? If we move down beyond 560s or so and in fact take out the $5 target, then perhaps, you know, we're getting a fulfillment from any negative pattern up here, and that's where we see turnaround, and of course that would be nice overall, not taking out these previous lows. But if we do take out those this white line and move towards those previous lows, especially without any divergence on the go, then things could get rather nasty. Looking back the way, you can see that we don't have the hallmarks of bullish divergence here on the 24-hour time frame to give us a great deal of confidence looking at this thrust towards the top side that we've had recently, and we also don't really see that in terms of this 4-hour time frame. So there is a deal of consolidation to be done here as we take out the 200 simple on the 4-hour in this structure, which has got this upward sloping trend line, giving us a key area to be looking out for. And we can get early signals if we are looking across the markets, I suppose, with regards to other coins out there in the world, such as Link USD. Are we going to see it moving down below as I put this back onto linear? In fact, sorry, I should have said I was charting there on linear, on logarithmic scale for, of course, the Ethereum Classic. Would we see this moving back up above this zone, or indeed breaking out of it? Maybe that gives us a little bit of forewarning with regards to this coin. Maybe in terms of Ethereum Classic and Ethereum sort of harmony going on the go here, maybe we see this giving us forewarning. Of course, maybe we see the Ethereum Classic pairing showing us that we're going to get a little bit of a resurgence and just to come in and fill out some key targets for us. In terms of those key targets then, where can we draw them in at just to get some of this sort of noise off our chest? Well, first off, moving towards the top side, this is Ethereum Classic versus Bitcoin. Sure, let's just kind of do this for a second. We're looking up towards 0.03. Beyond that, we're looking up towards 0.031, and beyond that, I would say the next target is 0.032. But what we're really tuned in for, I suppose, is the dollar price targets. Now, if we assume that we're not going to go on beyond the the previous highs. And if we just drag this down towards this serrated line where we had our previous lows at, then the first target clearly is $6.22. $6.22 is going to be key. That's where the 236 is. Take that out and you have a very good trade setup in and of itself. Just being able to manage your risk around about that and look up towards the 618 golden pocket zone coming in there at around about $7, and we could be looking at ferocious moves up the way thereafter if we take out these targets at around about 8. That would put us on board quite easily for the targets up above. And let me just bring our attention back towards one of those crazy numbers I opened up the show with this Fibonacci that I've just drawn on here. As you can see, if we do actually manage to move up the way, the next reasonable target past the point of this liquidity box we drew in during this episode, we can see is the 1618 in there at 950 or so, leading the way towards that $10 target that we could potentially have in mind if we get some sort of positivity, downhill economics. What did they call it? Trickle down economics, to quote Tony Blair and all that from back in the day in the UK. Okay, cool. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. My name is Rocky Outcrop. I'm just coming to the end of this section for everybody watching live. Don't worry, I'm now about to go on and take a look at a suggestion from Susan Warrender in the chat, or was it indeed somebody else? I think Susan Warrender suggested something, so I'm going to take a look at it. Of course, Zoner, if the and just tuning out here from the live thing, or no, I'm not. I'm staying here. I'm just finishing this recording. Zoner, you're right. It does get 51% hacks, but maybe it'll be able to shake that off. Anyway, if you want to take part in the live stream, which I'm also filming right now live, you can be a part of that community. Just come along, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. See you